After the white moonlight appeared, the aristocratic young master wanted to break up with me. Afraid I would be hard to get rid of, he sent his buddies to seduce me and boasted, "She's easy to hook. Just cast a line and she'll bite." So, a beautiful, innocent academic prodigy tried to lure me. I took the bait. A rebellious, handsome school bully tried to lure me. I took the bait. The white moonlight tried to lure me. I took the bait. In the end, the young master was the first to break down. He stared at the flirty chat logs between me and his buddies and roared, "Over 800 pages in 1 month. Are you an octopus? I said you were easy to hook, but not this easy. Any hook you see, you fucking bite." I have a histrionic personality, and I'm a face con, a severe one. My motto, never let a handsome guy feel sad. My dream, to give every handsome guy in the world a home. So, as soon as I transferred to this aristocratic school, I set my sights on the most handsome young master, Jiang Yu, and pursued him relentlessly. Although Jiang Yu was handsome, his temper was terrible, his tongue was venomous, and he was extremely picky. As a result, despite his top-tier looks, he had no luck with the opposite sex. Any girl at school who mentioned him would sigh with regret. If only Jiang Yu didn't have a mouth. On the first day I pursued him, I got a taste of Jiang Yu's sharp tongue. I said I liked him, and he didn't even bother to look at me. "Where's that dog barking from?" The second time, he told me to piss on myself and take a good look. The third time, he said I should get a head transplant. But my pursuit of a handsome guy was devout. Jiang Yu got me fired up. The more I failed, the harder I tried. Water, meals, flowers, I delivered them all. Saving seats, doing duty, finishing homework, I didn't miss a thing. I was available 24/7. And so I persisted for 99 days. Classmates went from waiting for a laugh to admiration. They all thought I was madly in love with Jiang Yu, but honestly, I just found it challenging. After riding 20 kilometers in the pouring rain yet again just to bring Jiang Yu his favorite cake, he crossed his arms, tilted his chin up arrogantly, and said, "You like me that much? Fine, I'll reluctantly give you a chance." Once we got together, Jiang Yu was hard to please. The water couldn't be too hot, too cold, or lukewarm. The sugar-roasted chestnuts had to be the hottest, the sandwich had to be cut symmetrically, and he was still just as sharp-tongued. When I complimented his good looks, he said, "You're ugly again." I praised him for being able to solve any problem, and he said, "It's not like I'm as dumb as you." I praised his sense of style, and he said, "Who dresses like a beggar, like you do?" Others who overheard asked me how I could stand him, but I just smiled and said nothing. Jiang Yu's words were indeed poisonous, but also truly sweet. They only saw Jiang Yu belittling and mocking me. Little did they know how well I was being treated. They didn't know that on the rooftop, in the empty classroom, backstage in the auditorium, Jiang Yu would blush and unbutton his shirt, revealing his tight 8-pack abs, ears red, saying, "This is for you." They would never know that look. When Jiang Yu kissed me until the corners of his eyes turned red, paired with his stunningly handsome face, it was a sight to behold. You see, a thorny rose is especially fiery. I thought I could live this blissful life for a year, but I never expected Jiang Yu's first love appeared, Xiang Wanqing. Just from her name, you could tell she was a beauty. When she stood on the podium as a transfer student, with her long black hair, curved brows, and gentle smile, the moment Jiang Yu saw her, he knocked over his water glass. In the past, I would have already reached out with a tissue to dry every one of his fingers, then naturally interlaced our hands together. But not today, because I was also stunned. Xiang Wanqing's every smile and frown was too captivating. When she appeared, only one thought crossed my mind. I can't just keep staring like this. If it persists, maybe I should drink some herbal medicine to calm myself down. Jiang Yu voluntarily raised his hand to ask Xiang Wanqing to sit with him at the same desk. You see, he never allowed anyone to sit beside him, not even me. I could only sit in front of him. Seeing that, my heart skipped a beat. Oh no, I hadn't even had my fill yet and it was about to end. That can't happen. After all the effort I put in, the thought of never getting to feast my eyes on his handsome face again made me restless with anxiety. Just as I was wallowing in self-pity, Xiang Wanqing walked over to me. She gave me a gentle smile. Her voice was sweet. "Classmate, is this seat taken?" It was a close-up beauty assault. Xiang Wanqing was flawless down to every strand of her hair. On her fair skin, not a single pore could be seen even under a magnifying glass. She was dazzling, and she smelled so nice. I was intoxicated and could only nod foolishly, watching her smile bloom as she quickly came to sit beside me. Then she took my hands in hers and said, "Please take care of me from now on, deskmate." Her hands were so soft and fair. Why did I feel so dizzy? Oh, it was because I was stunned by beauty. Suddenly, there was a loud bang behind me. I was startled and turned around to see Jiangyu's face as black as coal. I snapped awake instantly. Oh no, Jiangyu was angry. He gave a heavy snort and stormed out of the classroom. I quickly followed him to the small grove. Jiangyu leaned against a tree with his arms crossed, glaring at me with a dark expression. "Why didn't you refuse her just now?" He reeked of jealousy. I skillfully plastered on a fawning smile. "Baby, I'm sorry. I don't know why she wanted to sit with me." After hearing my words, Jiangyu's face turned even darker. He warned me coldly, "Don't you dare have any improper thoughts about her. I'll be watching you. Know your place. Understand?" I nodded hastily. Before chasing after Jiangyu, I already knew he had a white moonlight in his heart. Not just me, the whole school knew it. When Jiangyu was a child, he was almost kidnapped. Xiang Wanqing saved him, and from then on, she was etched into his heart. Jiangyu had been looking for her all along, but who knew the world was so small that they met again. Seeing my obedient look, Jiangyu's expression softened a bit. I immediately took advantage of the situation. "Are you not angry anymore? Can I have a kiss?" Jiangyu glared at me and said, "Get lost," but his red ears gave him away. Such a beauty's pout, Sundra as always. I didn't hold back and directly tiptoed to kiss his lips. Jiangyu pinched my waist hard, lowered his head, and deepened the kiss. 15 minutes later, in high spirits, I returned to the classroom with slightly swollen, glossy lips. Great, looks like I still have him for now. But unexpectedly, Jiangyu still wanted to dump me. In the school's VIP lounge, Jiangyu crossed his long legs and toyed with a lighter in his hand. Sitting across from him were his two good brothers, Duan Qingyan, a stunningly handsome academic prodigy, and Qin Beiwang, the school's fearsome and unruly bully. "I want to break up with Jiang Shi." Jiangyu spoke first, and I froze as I was about to push the door open. "Are you sure?" Qin Beiwang frowned. "I found Wanqing, so naturally, I can't keep dragging things out with her. Besides, it was just for fun. But shaking off Jiang Shi isn't that easy. She's not exactly the type to let go. That's why I'm asking you two to help me out. Seduce Jiang Shi and make her be the one to break up with me." Jiang Yu said lazily. "What? You want both of us?" Qin Beiwang sat up straight immediately. "No way. I can't stand a social climber like that." His face was full of disgust. "What about you, Qingyan?" Duan Qingyan adjusted his glasses. "Not interested. After it's done, my Dodge Tomahawk V10 is yours. As for you, Qingyan, help me out, and I'll return that photo of you dressed as a girl when you were a kid." Jiangyu said it with absolute confidence. Sure enough, Qin Beiwang cursed outright. "Damn it, you really know how to hit people where it hurts." "Count me in. Hell, even if you asked me to make a dog fall for me, I'd do it." Duan Qingyan nervously tightened his grip on the pen. "I'm in, but don't you dare show that photo to anyone else." Jiangyu smiled knowingly, speaking casually, "Don't worry, she's easy to hook. One bite and she's caught." Hearing this from outside the door, I covered my mouth, my shoulders trembling. There was actually such good fortune? I didn't dare laugh until I reached a secluded spot. Though Jiangyu was the cream of the crop, Qin Beiwang and Duan Qingyan were no slouches either. Duan Qingyan's face was as delicate as a girl's, with gold-rimmed glasses and a white shirt, and that tear mole beneath his eye was utterly captivating. As for Qin Beiwang, standing at 1.87 meters, he exuded a wild and untamed charm, his chest broad and solid, his skin dark. My initial approach to Jiangyu wasn't just for his face, but also for these two, closer to the water, first to catch the moon. I had planned to take them one after another, but I didn't expect they'd come at me together. Since that's the case, I had no choice but to accept all of them with tears of joy. After returning, I sat smugly waiting for Qin Beiwang and Duan Qingyan to try to hook me, a smile plastered on my face all day. When I saw Jiangyu, I grinned even brighter. "Thank you, living Buddha. You're this happy just to see me?" Jiangyu said, his face full of disgust. I nodded vigorously at him. "Love you the most, like you the most." So pathetic. Jiang Yu's lips curved slightly. He lowered his head and sent a message in the group chat. Maybe it's not that easy to hook. That night, I tossed and turned, too excited to sleep, guessing who would come to fish for me first. I originally thought it would be Qin Beiwang. After all, he has an outgoing, unrestrained personality. But unexpectedly, the next day at school, Duan Qingyan stopped me in the hallway. His expression was unnatural. "Classmate Jiang, do you want to study with me?" I was a bit surprised. So direct? Not even pretending a little? I didn't expect Duan Qingyan to be so straightforward and innocent. After he said that, I didn't respond. I did it on purpose. I wanted to see what other tricks he had. Sure enough, because I didn't speak for a long time, Duan Qingyan got a bit anxious. After a moment, he suddenly curled his lips and gave me a stiff smile. "Shall we study together, classmate Jiang?" Where did he learn that trick? Hard-hooking, academic god? Seeing that I was unmoved, he panicked a little. I watched Duan Qingyan's flustered expression with great interest. Long lashes trembling incessantly, jawline clenched tight, beautiful eyes misty, as if about to cry at any moment. Truly a pitiful sight. After I had my fill of admiring him, I graciously let him off. "Of course you can study God. Being able to study with you is truly the luck of 3 lifetimes." Flattering words rolled off my tongue, making Duan Qingyan even more uncomfortable. He hurriedly dropped a line. "See you in the library after school." In high spirits, I walked into the classroom and sat back in my seat. Xiang Wanqing had already arrived. Seeing me, she handed me a bag of cookies. "Cici, I made these when I got home yesterday. Brought them especially for you." I was deeply moved. "Babe, love you." Strange to say, after Jiang Yu and Xiang Wanqing reunited, Xiang Wanqing didn't show much reaction. Even when Jiang Yu took the initiative to talk about the past, she only responded indifferently. "Some things are hard to remember, but it's nice to see you again." Her attitude toward Jiang Yu was neither warm nor cold. But she was very warm to me, insisting on eating together, getting water together, even going to the bathroom together. I said she smelled nice, very pleasant. She pulled my wrist and rubbed it against hers. "I'll share some with you." I complimented her. "You're so pretty." She pulled me closer, telling me to take a good look, and then asked with a smile, "Which part do you think looks the best?" I said her skirt looked nice, and the next day she brought me an identical one. Gosh, if I didn't know she was straight, I'd suspect she was flirting with me. Gotta hand it to her. Good moves. Almost fell for it. But I forgot Jiang Yu was sitting behind me. When he saw Xiang Wanqing bringing me cookies, he immediately kicked my stool in dissatisfaction. "Are you trying to starve me?" I quickly grabbed a sandwich from my bag and handed it to him.
"Here you go, babe."
Eggs still medium well, ketchup on the side, no lettuce. Jiang Yu gave a slight nod of approval. I turned back. "For you too, babe." Xiang Wanqing took it, her eyes curving into crescents with joy, and leaned in to kiss me as a thank you. I laughed and dodged, but from the corner of my eye I caught Jiang Yu's face, already dark as thunder. I snapped to attention instantly. If Jiang Yu mistakenly thought I'd stolen Xiang Wanqing's attention and refused to introduce me to his crew, that wouldn't do. After a whole day of surviving between a rock and a hard place, I finally made it to the end of school and rushed straight to the library. Our school library has VIP deluxe private rooms. Duan Qingyan was very studious, so his room was the largest and best one. Humming a little tune, I pushed open the door. I saw Duan Qingyan sitting upright at his desk. When he noticed me, he looked a bit nervous, not knowing where to put his hands and feet, so pure. I let out a mental whistle. I walked over and sat down next to him, pretending to accidentally brush against his thigh. Instantly, I felt his whole body tense up. I opened the book, then said in frustration, "I forgot to bring a pen. Could the study god lend me one?" Duan Qingyan silently handed it over. I smiled at him, and as I took it, I purposely grazed his fingertip. He immediately pulled his hand back, as if shocked by an electric current. The tips of his ears instantly turned red. I had long heard that Duan Qingyan was only interested in studying and had no women around him. I didn't believe it before, but seeing him now, it was probably truer than true. Making an aloof, ascetic flower of the high mountains seduce someone. How is that any different from forcing a good woman into prostitution? Jiang Yu, you've gone and done all the good deeds. For the rest of the time, Duan Qingyan earnestly explained the problems while I earnestly watched him. He finally, stammeringly, finished explaining. I gently bit the tip of my pen, tilted my head, and blinked at him. I didn't understand. Study God. Explain it again. I deliberately acted spoiled. Duan Qingyan didn't dare to look at me, head lowered, voice trembling. Then I'll explain it again. He was halfway through teaching. I deliberately started slacking again, throwing down my pen and flopping onto the desk. I've lost motivation. Study God. Duan Qingyan's pen paused. Then what would motivate you?
I was waiting for him to ask.
I suddenly leaned close to his face. Wow. Study God. Your eyelashes are so long, and your skin is so fair. Duan Qingyan was startled by me, and upon hearing my words, his face instantly reddened to his neck. He gripped the pages in his hand tightly. Don't come so close. His voice so low it was almost inaudible. Then how about you give me a kiss? I struck again. After hearing that, Duan Qingyan snapped his head up, his pen scratching a mark on the book. What? Didn't you ask me what would motivate me? If you kiss me, then I'll have motivation. I raised an eyebrow at him. After hearing my words, under his gold-rimmed glasses, Duan Qingyan's eyelashes kept fluttering, his gaze wandering. His Adam's apple rolled repeatedly, but he couldn't utter a single word. His entire face was flushed red. Suddenly, he closed his eyes, as if he had made up his mind. Okay, and then he quickly leaned in. Just as he leaned his face close to mine, I pretended to be surprised and turned my head away. His lips brushed past mine. I immediately covered my mouth and stood up.
Oh.
I was just joking. Why did you actually kiss me? Duan Qingyan was completely frozen, at a loss. I suddenly leaned in front of him again, clasped my hands together, and pleaded with a look of begging. Please don't tell Jiangyu, okay? Very close, Duan Qingyan's gaze kept darting to my lips. After hearing his answer, I deliberately gave him a sweet smile, moved closer, and whispered, Thank you. Duan Qingyan seemed to suddenly snap out of it. He abruptly stood up, scrambled to shove the books on the desk into his bag in a mess, not daring to look at me at all. He stammered, It's getting late. I'll go back now. After speaking, he quickly left. He was even walking awkwardly, swinging the same arm and leg. I let out a mental whistle at his flustered, retreating figure. I lowered my head and saved his contact info on WeChat with a note. Very fair, blushes with one kiss. Right before bed, I couldn't resist sending him a few flirty emojis, making sure he wouldn't get a wink of sleep tonight. After that day, maybe I'd teased him too hard. Duan Qingyan didn't dare contact me for days. I wasn't worried, though, because something more interesting had come along. Qin Beiwang was leaning against his motorcycle in a tight black turtleneck, long legs crossed, the black obsidian stud in his left ear dazzling under the sun. He was waiting for me at the school gate, saying Jiangyu had asked him to drive me home. I gave him a long, slow once-over. Finally, I thought to myself, a tight black turtleneck is truly the most lewd outfit a man can wear. If handling Duan Qingyan required bold initiative, then handling Qin Beiwang meant putting on an act of vulnerability. After all, a rebellious guy like him falls hardest for that act. I gently tucked a strand of hair behind my ear and gave him a shy, friendly smile. Thank you so much. I know I'm not the type with striking, explosive beauty, but it's enough to mimic the vibe of a first love. Sure enough, Qin Beiwang's eyes showed a flash of amazement. After getting on the bike, I obediently only dared to grab the back of his clothes. Qin Beiwang frowned, held tighter, and said, Speed up. You'll fall off. I whispered, Is it okay? Qin Beiwang impatiently pulled my hand and wrapped it around his waist. Troublesome. So then, along the way, I pretended to be scared, pressing my face tightly against his back and even hugging his waist tighter. Although I didn't dare to touch recklessly, I could still feel how slender his waist was. I grinned like a fool where he couldn't see. When we arrived, I deliberately let my legs go weak and fell into his arms as I got off. Then I apologized with a panicked expression. Sorry, I didn't mean to. But as I pushed him away, I stealthily copped a feel of his pecs. Feels great. I really like it. At this speed, you're scared like this? His tone was a bit impatient. My eyes instantly reddened, tears on the verge of falling. It's all my fault. I'm just too useless. As soon as I said that, Qin Beiwang panicked a little. He could go toe-to-toe with anyone, but when faced with a girl's tears, he was at a complete loss. Don't cry. I didn't mean you're useless. It's my fault for making you misunderstand. I apologize. I'm sorry. Qin Beiwang tried to comfort me while nervously glancing around, afraid others might think he was bullying me. Seeing him so flustered, only then did I contentedly stop crying and flash him a smile. It's okay, I don't blame you. In fact, I should thank you. I'm really happy that Jiangyu asked you to see me home. This is the first time he's ever shown concern for me. What's more devastating than first love is a first love misplaced on a jerk. When I said that, Qin Beiwang, for once, looked guilty. He just said, "You should get home quickly," and hurried off. From that day on, he started picking me up from school every day and walking me home. I made sure to show him every day just how much I liked Jiangyu. I even asked him how to make Jiangyu happier until he finally couldn't help asking me why I liked Jiangyu so much. Taking the cue, I gave a shy, bashful smile. I started making up a story. I said my family was poor, that I came from a single-parent household, and that in order to attend this school, my mom sold the cows and sheep from our farm. Actually, it wasn't a complete lie. We did sell them. Only I didn't mention that we had 2,000 head of cattle and sheep. I said that when I first arrived here, no one looked up to me. They all thought I was a country bumpkin. That day I was very hungry, but my living expenses were gone. It was Jiangyu who gave me his meal, so I didn't go hungry. As I said this, my cheeks flushed red. But Qin Beiwang's face turned grave, because he knew that back then Jiangyu had given me the meal just to humiliate me. Jiangyu found the food unpalatable, took one bite, and said it wasn't even good enough for a dog, so he gave it to me. A flicker of guilt crossed Qin Beiwang's face. He hadn't expected that I'd come to like Jiangyu because of this. That day, tormented by guilt, he ran away again, and afterward I only went further. I deliberately pretended to faint from low blood sugar in his arms. He asked me why, and I said Jiangyu's birthday was coming up. I had to save money to buy him a gift, so I could only afford one meal a day. Qin Beiwang looked utterly incredulous. So the money you used to chase him and buy things came from this? I nodded. I wanted to make him happy. After I said this, Qin Beiwang's face showed reluctance and guilt, his expression turning extremely unpleasant. But I acted as if I hadn't noticed, continuing to ask him whether Jiangyu would like this gift. Seeing the expensive racing car model on the page, Qin Beiwang couldn't hold back. He snatched my phone and said gruffly, "He doesn't lack things like this from you. He won't appreciate it anyway. Keep your money for food. You're so thin now." Watching his reaction, I knew I had succeeded. Qin Beiwang was beginning to feel sorry for me, and pity is the start of falling. So how could I not make him feel guilty and restless? I grabbed my phone back and lost my temper at him for the first time. "Even if you are Jiangyu's friend, you can't talk about him like that. Jiangyu is very good." After saying this, I shook off his hand and went home. Qin Beiwang stayed downstairs at my place for a full hour before leaving. The next day, he started bringing me breakfast. With a stern face, I refused him. It was time to keep him at arm's length for a while. Let him be anxious and restless. It was also time to comfort Jiangyu. During PE class, I impatiently pushed Jiangyu into the equipment room. He pinched my chin and asked what I was rushing for. I placed my cheek in his palm and rubbed against it. During this time, "I haven't been close to you. I've missed you so much." Jiangyu was pleased and mischievously tugged at my cheek. "It seems you're truly hopelessly in love with me.
Come here."
I obediently lifted my head, and Jiangyu pinched the back of my neck and kissed me. When the kiss grew passionate, the corners of Jiangyu's eyes turned red. I had just opened my eyes to appreciate this rare sight when I spotted Duan Qingyan through the crack in the door. I had come in a bit hastily, so the door was only half closed. I didn't expect such a pleasant surprise. Thinking of this, I felt a thrill of excitement. I pushed Jiangyu away, pretending to be overwhelmed. Softening my voice and tilting my head back, I begged for mercy. "Jiangyu, you're too rough. I can't breathe." I knew that at this moment, my cheeks must be flushed and my eyes brimming with tears. This was the perfect look to tempt an innocent man, especially since people have associative memories. At this very moment, Duan Qingyan would surely recall that unexpected kiss from the other day, memories carrying both touch and scent. Besides, there's an impatient Jiangyu to help him relive it. Watching me beg for mercy, Jiang Yu's eyes darkened, and he pulled me back. Cupping my face, he kissed me urgently. Idiot, after all those kisses, you still don't know how to breathe. I'll teach you. My gasp was swallowed by the fervent kiss, while I deliberately glanced toward the door. The moment I looked up, Duan Qingyan fled in panic. I chuckled inwardly, then closed my eyes and focused on enjoying the moment. After leaving the infirmary, I messaged Duan Qingyan, inviting him to meet in the library after school. I had something to say. I knew his mind was in turmoil. This was the perfect time to break through his defenses. Duan Qingyan didn't reply for a long time. I watched the persistent typing indicator at the top left corner and curled my lips. Duan Qingyan, your heart is in chaos. After a long while, he finally replied with one word. Okay. Satisfied, I put my phone away. In the lounge, Jiang Yu was in a great mood. It's been half a month. How's it going? Duan Qingyan looked at Jiang Yu's slightly swollen and moist lips, suddenly lowering his head, unconsciously clutching the hem of his clothes. His mind was full of that scene just now, Jiang Shi's reddened eyes, and her lips parting and closing. She was softly acting spoiled toward Jiang Yu, and Duan Qingyan suddenly felt an intense itch in his heart. He couldn't help recalling the kiss from that day. Although it was brief, it was so soft, really soft. When he came to his senses and realized what he was thinking, he fiercely shook his head. Jiang Yu looked at him in confusion, and he forced himself to speak calmly. I've made no progress here. Ask him. Qin Beiwang had been sitting silently with a dark face for a long time. Hearing Duan Qingyan's words, he let out a heavy snort. He didn't know why, but seeing Jiang Yu made him angry. His mind was full of Jiang Shi's smiling face when she mentioned Jiang Yu. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. He said sarcastically, She's practically crazy about you. How could I have a chance? Upon hearing this, the corners of Jiang Yu's mouth lifted slightly. I don't mean to, but my charm is just too great. You two need to work harder. Next month is my birthday, and I want to confess my feelings to Wanqing. Get Jiang Shi sorted out before that. After it's done, I'll treat you both to a big meal. Hearing this, Qin Beiwang was the first to stand up, unable to hold back. He gritted his teeth and said, Got it, then slammed the door as he left. Jiang Yu was puzzled. Why was he so angry? Duan Qingyan stood up without a word, turned around and walked away, leaving Jiang Yu dumbfounded. He thought to himself, just how much do they dislike Jiang Shi? Sure, Jiang Shi was a little clingy and annoying, but not that annoying. Oh well, I guess it's hard on them. It's all because Jiang Shi likes him too much. So, he decided to be generous and help them out. After thinking it over, he sent Jiang Shi a message. Come to my place this weekend. Seeing Jiang Yu's message, I replied with okay, then pushed open the door to the library study room. Duan Qingyan sat upright, still wearing his immaculate white shirt buttoned all the way to the top, with a pair of abstinent gold-rimmed glasses. But his expression had changed. From the moment I walked in, his eyes followed me closely, never letting go. I approached him, and he immediately tensed up, but I put on a bright smile. I didn't expect you to actually come. Great, I'm saved. I pulled a math exam paper out of my backpack. The quiz is coming up, but I still don't know how to solve these types of problems. Genius, help me out. I leaned in close to him, blinking and pleading in a soft voice, just like the tone I used when I begged Jiang Yu in the equipment room. Duan Qingyan's Adam's apple bobbed. His voice was low and husky. You called me here just for this? I nodded. He took a deep breath. He took the test paper and started explaining the problems to me. From time to time, I leaned in close, the ends of my hair brushing against the back of his hand. He pulled his hand away as if shocked by electricity. But I acted as if I hadn't noticed, continuing to lean closer until he could smell the fragrance of my hair. Finally, when I leaned in again, he grabbed my wrist. His body temperature was frighteningly hot. I pretended to look at him in surprise, but saw his eyes dark and heavy behind his gold-rimmed glasses. Today, in the health room, I saw it, he said, enunciating every word as he looked at me. My face instantly turned pale.
What?
He tightened his grip on my wrist. I saw you. You and Jiang Yu. Panicked, I reached up to cover his mouth, then quickly pulled my hand away. I started begging. Don't tell anyone. Jiang Yu will be upset if he finds out. Let's make this our secret, okay? When he heard this, Duan Xingyan suddenly pulled me close. Just like last time? Do we have another secret? But why should I keep this secret for you? Tears in my eyes. Then what do you want me to do for you to help me? Duan Xingyan's Adam's apple bobbed violently. He looked at my lips. Unless. I put on a panicked expression. Inside, I was overjoyed. Duan Xingyan, all innocent-looking, was playing the coercion game. I felt he'd say any second, "Miss Jiang, you wouldn't want your boyfriend to know our secret, would you?" What could I do? After all, I love Jiangyu so much. I'd give everything for him. When Duan Xingyan kissed me, it was all over the place. He was practically gnawing, and his glasses dug into me painfully. I pushed him away, but he tried to kiss me again. I could only plead. It hurts. Duan Xingyan froze, then reached up to remove his glasses. He pressed the back of my neck and kissed me again. The top student sure learns fast. Duan Xingyan's white shirt was crumpled from my grip. That night, I went home satisfied with my swollen lips. The next day, when I brought Jiangyu his meal, I deliberately put on a mask. Jiangyu asked me what was wrong, and I said I had caught a cold. How strange. Duan Xingyan also has a cold today. Stay away from me. I don't want to get sick. Jiangyu stepped back 2 paces in disgust. I nodded obediently, but secretly smirked under my mask. After returning to my seat, Xiang Wanqing handed me some cold medicine. Take care of yourself, babe. She got me some hot water. I managed to make Jiangyu's face darken again, but I didn't bother to comfort him. Now that I had him, why should I? And Qin Beiwang, hearing that I was sick, waited for me at the school gate after class. He wanted to take me to see a doctor. After last time, he swore never to badmouth Jiangyu in front of me again, so I forgave him. Afraid I'd skip seeing a doctor to save money, he insisted on taking me to get some medicine. No need, I've already taken some, I said, waving my hand in refusal. But Qin Beiwang silently wrapped his coat around me and forcefully pulled me into the car. If I actually went to the hospital, wouldn't I be exposed? I told him to take me home, or I'd get mad. Qin Beiwang was instantly displeased, but he had no choice but to listen to me. Afraid that I would be mad at him again, he came to my apartment building, but I didn't let him leave. Instead, I asked him to come upstairs with me. Hearing this, Qin Beiwang's eyes lit up, but when he saw the room, his expression soured. The landlord had cheated me when I rented this place. It looked tiny and shabby. I'd been too lazy to look for a new apartment, but Qin Beiwang misunderstood again. You live here? It's fine, only 500 a month. Actually, it was 3,000. Thinking about it, I cursed the landlord in my head, but Qin Beiwang fell silent. He pulled me out the door. You're sick. You can't stay in a place this bad. I'll book you a hotel room. I immediately refused. Staying in a hotel wouldn't do. To make a rich young master, like Qin Beiwang devoted to me, I needed to create special memories. I pretended to feel dizzy and collapsed in his arms. Qin Beiwang had no choice but to carry me to the bed. He poured me some water, and I pulled down my mask to take a few sips. He saw my lips. Puzzled, he asked why they were so red and swollen. Without changing my expression or heartbeat, I lied that I had a cold, and they were chapped. Qin Beiwang believed it without a doubt. A hint of sympathy appeared in his eyes. I pretended to lie down and sleep, and when he was about to leave, I grabbed the corner of his clothes and started calling out for Mom. I miss you so much. I could feel Qin Beiwang freeze.
Mom, hold me.
I'm so cold. Saying this, I almost couldn't help but laugh out loud. The next second, Qin Beiwang took off his shoes, lifted the covers, and got into bed. I took the chance to burrow into his arms. I groped his chest and abs randomly. With my eyes closed, I couldn't help sighing inwardly. He's so well built. Won't I get struck by lightning for this? I heard Qin Beiwang's breathing grow heavier, but he dared not make a single move. He just held me tightly in his arms. I kept calling out Mom, Mom in his arms. After all, a male mom is still a mom. After pretending to fall asleep, I felt him gently brush the hair from my face and place a soft kiss on my forehead. Drive the pure to perversion, and the perverted to purity. Jiang Shi, well done. I praised myself silently. The next morning, I cried pitifully in front of Qin Beiwang, like a pear blossom drenched in rain. Made him swear not to tell Jiangyu. Even though nothing happened and I mistook him for someone else, Jiangyu would be angry if he found out. Qin Beiwang nodded with clenched teeth, his face very ugly. After that day, I started living the good life of Jiangyu in the morning, Duan Qingyan at noon, and Qin Beiwang in the evening. Duan Qingyan learned fast and could already kiss me dizzy. Qin Beiwang grew gentler with me. He took care of all my meals, bought me a bunch of expensive gifts, and kept transferring money to me. On WeChat, I chatted with one after another. They couldn't help confessing to me. To both, I gave the same answer. No, you are Jiangyu's brother. We've already wronged him by doing this. Hearing that, Duan Qingyan grabbed my waist and pressed me against his chest, asking if I liked his kiss better or Jiangyu's. I was very troubled. Duan Qingyan was very displeased, so he made me feel his skills firsthand. Meanwhile, Qin Beiwang kept professing his loyalty, saying he would treat me better than Jiangyu. Jiangyu wasn't worth it, I knew that. Since they both were completely head over heels for me, how could I not take advantage? I deliberately praised a celebrity in front of Duan Qingyan for looking so good in drag. The next day, he wore a lace-trimmed maid outfit, flushed with embarrassment, and said, "Don't look at anyone else. Only look at me." That day, Duan Qingyan's lipstick ended up a complete mess, and he even let me take photos as a souvenir. What fun that was! He had originally come to seduce me to get back those cross-dressing photos, but now he willingly wears women's clothes for me. Then I brought up in front of Qin Beiwang how much I wanted to see Jiangyu cooking for me in an apron. That evening, he showed up topless in an apron, made 4 dishes and a soup in my kitchen, and pressed my hand against his chest. In a seductive voice, he said, "Jiangyu doesn't have a body like this. Dump him. You can do whatever you want to me." So, of course, I felt him up to my heart's content. As for breaking up, that's not happening, at least not now. I still want to see what surprise Jiangyu has prepared for me. The weekend arrived quickly. I wore an elegant dress and went to Jiangyu's villa, but when I knocked, the butler opened the door. Jiangyu was nowhere to be seen. Just then, I received a message from Xiang Wanqing. "Babe, come to the 2nd floor. I have something to tell you." I was a bit surprised. Jiangyu had actually invited Xiang Wanqing today. Filled with doubt, I went to the 2nd floor. I saw Xiang Wanqing and was about to speak when she shushed me. She gestured for me to come over. I tiptoed closer and saw her serious face as she signaled me to look through the crack in the door. I didn't understand why, until I heard a voice from inside. It was Jiangyu. "What have you two been doing? Why hasn't she fallen for one of you yet? I have to help you out. She has a low tolerance for alcohol. I'll give her some alcoholic drinks later. You two take her away. I want to be alone with Wanqing. It's too hard to get her to come out. If I hadn't said she was here, she wouldn't have shown up tonight." After hearing Jiangyu's words, Qin Beiwang, who was standing to the side, let out a scornful laugh. Duan Qingyan adjusted his glasses and replied coldly, "Got it." Hearing this, I finally understood. Xiang Wanqing thought they were trying to trick me and wanted me to see their true colors. At this moment, she was so angry that her chest heaved, wishing she could kill Jiangyu with her eyes. "Bastard," she muttered softly. Then she patted my hand soothingly. "Honey, I'll help you. Don't be afraid." Seeing her expression of shared hatred, I was almost moved to tears. No wonder she's the beautiful and kind-hearted white moonlight. But then she saw my expression. She thought I was so sad I was about to cry, which made her even angrier. "I'll get justice for you today."
What?
Wait. The next second, Xiang Wanqing kicked the door open with a bang and said with righteous indignation, "Bastard, prepare to die." And just like that, I found myself locking eyes with the 3 people in the room. No, I wasn't prepared for this. My mind raced for a way out. Xiang Wanqing dragged me in front of them. Duan Qingyan and Qin Beiwang's faces were full of panic, while Jiangyu panicked for a moment before calming down. He lifted his chin high. Before I could come up with a plan, I saw Xiang Wanqing act decisively. A crisp slapping sound rang out. The 3 of them covered their faces at the same time. I couldn't help but exclaim, "So awesome." I was still marveling that one slap could hit 3 people when Xiang Wanqing turned and gave Jiangyu a second slap. We all just heard it. "You're such a scumbag, deceiving Jiangxi's feelings. You conspired with your brother to trick her. She's so innocent, kind, and lovely. How could you bear it? And you even wanted to pursue me?
Disgusting.
You bastard. You deserve to go to hell." Xiang Wanqing kept laying into him. I almost wanted to applaud her, "Sis, You're so good at cursing people. Jiang Yu covered his face, utterly incredulous. He murmured, "How have you changed? When we were kids, you weren't like this." "You used to save me and help me like an angel," he said. Xiang Wanqing sneered disdainfully. "I saved you because I'm a good person. Even if it were a puppy, I'd save it. Don't flatter yourself. I will never like a scumbag like you," she said. Then she turned back and gently encouraged me. "Don't be afraid, I'm always by your side." Finally, it was my turn. I gave my thigh a hard pinch, and my eyes immediately turned red.
Tears fell.
I covered my mouth, trembling all over. I pointed at each of them one by one with my finger. You, all of you." Duan Xingyan and Qin Beiwang looked guilt-ridden and anxious. "Jiang Shi, let us explain, Jiang Shi, it's not what you think." Jiang Yu didn't dare look at me. I kept at my act, pouring it on thick. "I loved you so much, and this is how you repay me? I thought your brothers had finally accepted me. I tried so hard to impress them. Jiang Yu, what do you take me for? Am I just a clown in your eyes?" I grew more and more agitated, tears streaming down my face. Finally, I exploded. "I never want to see any of you again." Then I covered my face and ran off. Xiang Wanqing shot them a furious glare. Then she chased after me. Duan Xingyan and Qin Beiwang followed closely behind, yelling my name. I acted as if I hadn't heard a thing, sprinting all the way to an empty spot. I wiped my tears expressionlessly, my eyes stung from crying so much. From that night on, Duan Xingyan and Qin Beiwang's guilt reached its peak. They kept sending flowers, money, and apologies, begging for my forgiveness. Duan Xingyan said he knew he was wrong. He admitted his initial intentions weren't pure, but that he had genuinely come to like me. He said he'd never been in a relationship before, this was his first, and begged me to give him another chance. He will learn quickly. As he said this, he knelt at my feet with a devout expression. I picked up a glass of water from the side. I poured it over his head. Instantly, his shirt was soaked through, revealing tight and alluring lines. But he didn't resist at all, letting the water slide from his face down his neck, staring at me persistently. I was extremely excited inside, a beauty drenched, but on the surface, I showed grief and anger. "I won't forgive you. You humiliated me and forced me to kiss." He panicked, grabbing the hem of my clothes. "Don't cry. It's my fault." As the wind blew, he shivered, his eyelashes trembling, lips bright red.
Such a beautiful sight.
After I had enjoyed enough, I freed myself from his grip, turned, and left, leaving him in a daze. And Qin Beiwang was the same. He even brought a whip, took off his own shirt in front of me, then knelt down. "Lash me, as long as you can forgive me. You've lost weight during this time. I was wrong. I shouldn't have listened to Jiang Yu, but I really do like you. Just punish me, and don't let anger ruin your health." I lifted his chin with the whip, and he obediently raised his head, his usually defiant face now full of affection. "As long as you like it." I had never seen his physique up close before, it was really impressive. I threw the whip hard onto his body. "I won't hit you. A whip is for training dogs, and I don't want a disobedient dog like you." Qin Beiwang panicked and started lashing himself. He struck with great force, red marks spreading across his chest all the way to his chin, causing him to gasp and groan in pain. I pretended I couldn't bear to watch, but inside I was thrilled. "More, give me more." After he was covered in wounds, I finally shouted, "Enough. Don't show up in front of me again. I don't want to see you." With that, I walked away coolly. As for Jiang Yu, he didn't come to beg for reconciliation, but he kept sending people to secretly inquire about me. Every time, I pretended to be heartbroken, unable to eat or sleep. I would even look at his photo with reluctance on my face. How else could I maximize his guilt and tame him? Sure enough, when he heard that I was drinking alone at a bar with Xiang Wanqing, Jiang Yu couldn't hold back anymore. I pretended to be dizzy and leaned into Xiang Wanqing's arms. "Give her to me." "What right do you have? Scumbag, get lost." Xiang Wanqing shielded me as she confronted him. It was obvious he hadn't been doing well lately. He looked haggard, and his eyes were red. "You're ruining your looks. Stop interfering. I respect that you saved me before. I won't hold a grudge about what happened before, but Jiang Shi is my girlfriend. This is between us." Jiang Yu's words were harsh. I clicked my tongue inwardly, still disobedient. I pretended to be disturbed by him. Feeling very displeased, I sat up and slapped him. Jiangyu was stunned. Just as he was about to get angry, he saw my tear-filled eyes. He froze. I grabbed his collar and let loose. Do you know how much I like you? How could you treat me like this? Jiangyu, my heart hurts so much. After hearing my words, Jiangyu's expression changed from anger to guilt. He reached out to wipe my tears, but I dodged. I hate you. Jiangxi, Seeing his pained expression, I knew my goal was achieved. Sure enough, the next day, Jiangyu knelt before me. He still wasn't used to being in such a submissive position, but his kneeling posture was very proper. His tone was as arrogant as ever. I know I was wrong. I didn't realize you liked me this much. I hurt your feelings, I apologize.
I'm sorry.
Forgive me, and we can go back to how we were. To show my sincerity, he unzipped his jacket, revealing his body wrapped in red ribbons. The tips of his ears were so red they looked like they were about to drip blood. I didn't speak, just used the tip of my foot to lift his chin. Jiangyu felt humiliated and was about to lose his temper. But when he saw me frown, he didn't move, enduring my toes sliding from his chin down to his chest. Finally, I stepped on his shoulder. I leaned down slightly, my voice gentle. Baby, you might be mistaken about one thing. Right now, you are the one begging me. Before, I liked your face the most, so I put up with your bad temper. But you had them come after me, and I realized Duan Qingyan and Qin Beiwang are both sweeter talking than you. Most importantly, they're just like you. They have handsome faces. Baby, what advantage do you have? Hearing my words, Jiangyu could no longer pretend. He was so agitated that he grabbed my calf. I can change everything. It's been over half a month since we broke up. I was so miserable. Don't abandon me. Jiangyu's face was full of urgency. That day you ran away crying. I only then realized how terribly wrong I was. I never really liked Xiang Wanqing. I just confused gratitude with affection. The one I like is you, it's always been you. Will you forgive me? Jiangyu started kissing my calf, his eyes full of pleading. Seeing him like this, I felt a bit of satisfaction, but also found it somewhat dull. I thought he'd be harder to tame. With that thought, I pulled back my leg, kicked him, and sent him sprawling to the ground. I stood up, my voice icy as I pronounced judgment on him. I will never forgive you. Jiangyu collapsed in pain on the floor. From that day on, the three men started circling me all day, vying to bring me water, deliver meals, transfer money, and occasionally sending photos to seduce me. While feasting my eyes, I verbally humiliated them, yet they took it as sweet nectar. I really have to thank Jiangyu for opening up my meridians, teaching me that scum like them should be played with this way. Watching them panic day and night, trying to please me, was incredibly satisfying. Until my birthday, when they showed up at my place holding roses, they met each other. Seeing Duan Qingyan's black lace shirt and Qin Beiwang's transparent apron, Jiangyu jumped in anger. What are you doing here? I didn't tell you to keep fishing for her. And what are you wearing? What kind of decent man dresses like that? Then it suddenly dawned on him. You bastards are trying to steal her from me. Steal? You told us to fish for her. You're such a sore loser, Qin Beiwang retorted. If it weren't for you messing things up, Jiangxi would have fallen for me long ago. Duan Qingyan shot Jiangyu an icy glare. Jiangyu's voice trembled with anger. You're my brothers and you stab me in the back like this? Get out. Don't seduce Jiangxi. Shut up. Jiangxi clearly likes me the most. Has she ever opened up to you? Did she ever tell you about her family? Only I truly entered her lonely heart, Qin Beiwang said while staring at me affectionately. Bullshit. She clearly said I'm more gentle than all of you. She should like me. Duan Qingyan got anxious and started pulling out his phone to prove it. You're the one talking nonsense. I have proof too. Qin Beiwang also took out his phone. At that point, they suddenly realized something. They all looked at me at the same time. Jiangyu was the first to break down. Jiangxi, didn't you say you only like me? What's going on here? Duan Qingyan and Qin Beiwang stared at me too, both with aggrieved expressions. In the end, I was carried into the bedroom by a scowling Jiangyu. Jiangyu took a deep breath. He placed the two phones in front of me and slammed the table hard. He roared, over 800 pages of chat in 1 month? Are you an octopus? And these messages you sent. Do you even dare to read them out loud? I said you were easy to hook, but not this easy. What kind of hook doesn't you bite? I was startled by his rage. The other two men heard the noise and immediately burst in. Qin Beiwang frowned and said, "Don't scare her." Jiang Yu turned back in disbelief and shot him a look. "Talk to her nicely. Don't yell at her." Duan Qingyan also spoke up. Jiang Yu was so angry he laughed. "She's playing us. She's playing all three of us. Damn it. Are you crazy? Are you willing to be her dogs?" Jiang Yu got more agitated. He grabbed my phone, unlocked it with my face. I tried to stop him but was too late. I could only watch helplessly as he opened WeChat. Let's see how many other men there are. But he had only swiped twice before he started trembling with rage. "Your note for me is mouth sharp but soft. Jiang Shi." Jiang Yu's voice cracked.
Duan Qingyan is
"Very fair, blushes with one kiss, and Qin Beiwang is dark-skinned, big hands, nice to touch." I slowly closed my eyes. Jiang Yu was furious. "And you two can still forgive this?" Duan Qingyan and Qin Beiwang stayed silent. Jiang Yu thrust the phone in front of my face. "Jiang Shi, say something. Looks like it's out in the open now." "Fine, I'll drop the act too." I smiled nonchalantly. "So you're allowed to deceive me, but I'm not allowed to strike back? Besides, I just made a mistake that all women in the world make. It's only human nature. If you can't handle it, you can leave." All three of them fell silent at my words, until Qin Beiwang suddenly knelt down. "I'm not leaving. I know you're just too angry. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. I love you. I won't leave you." Duan Qingyan followed suit, kneeling and hugging my leg. "You've kissed me, touched me. I've given you everything. I'm a traditional man. You have to take responsibility for me. I'm not leaving. I like you." Jiang Yu looked at their posturing and immediately got unhappy. "Don't seduce my girlfriend. I'm not leaving. Jiang Shi is mine. It's all you despicable men's fault, shamelessly tempting her, making her mess up. All of you, get lost." Jiang Yu squeezed between them and knelt in the middle. The three of them knelt on the ground, staring at me pitifully. "Baby, which one will you choose?" They nervously waited for my choice, but I just laughed. "Choose what? There's nothing to choose." Thanks to Jiang Yu, I learned that handsome guys can be played like this. I was too naive before. Since I know there's a whole forest ahead, why hang myself from 3 trees? I pulled my hands back, stood up, straightened my clothes, and lightly tossed out, "I'll see how you all perform." After saying that, I left without any lingering feelings. I just added a handsome young guy on WeChat recently, and today he invited me to dinner. Along the way, I'll listen to him talk about his family background. I'm so kind and soft-hearted. How could I bear to let him cry alone, with no one to comfort him? Thinking of this, I didn't even look back. Urgent shouts came from behind me, but whoever it was, it no longer mattered.